let's imagine there's these 5 people which are, yeah, not everybody is a Jedi, but most of them are Jedis. And they have the story, the user story to estimate, which is right now on the table, which is, as a Jedi, I want to change the color of my lightsaber to impress other Jedis. So this is the user story you would like to estimate. Imagine there is another user story which says activating, so as a Jedi, I want to activate my lightsaber to be ready to fight, and imagine that this was estimated with a 5. Yeah, so let's do it like this. As a Jedi, I want to activate my lightsaber to be ready, let's say, to defend. Yeah, so not to to say that this is too offensive. And let's assume the team said, okay, this was a pretty tricky one. This is a reference user story, and you said in the beginning that you had story points 5. Yeah, and now it begins with the estimation rounds. So what you usually do is that there is a Scrum Master who says, okay, now we want to estimate this user story. Is that clear for everybody? Do you know what that is? Is the story clear? Because when the story isn't clear, it usually would be hard to estimate. But on the other hand, you find out. Yeah. So, but imagine now the estimation starts, and the Scrum Master says, okay, we count now to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then everybody shows the card. So everybody has a own card set, and you say, okay, 1, 2, 3, and now please show your card. Yeah. So just no discussions, just estimating. Yeah. And now imagine that Joda says, okay, this is 2. Everybody shows the card. Luke says also 2. Imagine Grogu says 5. Obi-Wan says 13, and Mando says also 5. Yeah, everybody shows the card, first round. And now the Scrum Master would ask usually the people with the highest and the lowest numbers. Yeah, so why is it like that? For example, here I would probably immediately start with asking Obi-Wan, why do you think it's 13? So it's more than double the size of the, as a Jedi, I want to activate my lightsaber. Could you quickly elaborate on that? And Obi-Wan said, yeah, okay, but imagine, so you have the lightsaber, and usually there's a color pre-built in, and it's something with a crystal which is in there, and the color is defined by this crystal. So probably we have to put multiple crystals in the lightsaber or something. It could be a bit hard. Yeah. So and the others, and then you say, okay, Joda, why do you think this is so low? Why do you think that it's 2? And Joda's saying, yeah, but with the Force, the color could be changed or something. Yeah, or, doesn't matter. Yeah. So, and the others say, oh yeah, you get it. It's absolutely true. This I forgot that this crystal thing is responsible for the color, kind of. So this could be a bit harder. And Grogu said, yeah, okay. I thought that would be kind of the same amount of work actually than just pressing a button to activate the lightsaber, because we switch the color on also here. But I forgot that we need other crystals. Okay, so therefore you get to a discussion, yeah, and you let the people discuss a bit, and then you say at some point in time, okay, we now do a second estimation round. Yeah, so second estimation round, and the next round, you say, okay, again, 1, 2, 3, and then everybody shows the card, and Mando is saying 30, and most of the people are saying 30. Luke also agree, and Joda still thinks that he can do something with the Force over here. Yeah. So, and then you say, okay, Joda, can you explain why you were, so, because this is still consensus based, huh? So you don't say, okay, most of us have 13, and because Joda has a 2, so it doesn't matter what he thinks, huh? So, and now he's explaining, yeah, but there is an easy something with a Force. You can change the color of the crystal, huh? Because you just have to focus on that and to meditate, and then you can change the color immediately. And then, okay, and then the others say, okay, but the problem is that not everybody is as powerful as you, and not everybody can do that, but we want to have a product which is be usable for every Jedi or even other people. And then Joda says, okay, get it, yeah? Then you do another estimation round, yeah? And now immediately, now let's assume that they come to a consensus and everybody says 13, yeah? So, okay, you got it. This is a bit harder one, 13. As a Jedi, I want to change the color of my lightsaber to impress other Jedis, huh? So this is roughly how you estimate in your group, and then you go through each and every user story, so each and every item. And if for some reason, yeah, this is actually too big, yeah, so imagine that there is something like this coming out, and things cannot be clarified, then you probably have to put it aside, yeah, and you need to split the user story up, yeah, and this is what you usually cannot do in the planning meeting. So you usually play planning poker in the planning meeting, but you can actually play planning poker actually all the time. But this is about planning, yeah, and not splitting user stories, because this is a different task, and this can also take some time. So if you're planning, okay? So this is roughly the idea of planning poker. There are some online tools available. I also put some links into Canvas. There are also apps on your phone. So you have cards on your phone, you can use them. But I highly recommend probably creating own card set in your group. So in Project 2 group, create an own card set. So really take scissors or print something out. I provided link to some nice cards, or maybe create your own cards in your group. So your custom poker group cards, or however, this is what I would recommend if you like that. But you can also just simply say, okay, we use the app on our phone. You can do it online. Everybody logs in on one of these apps, or you just show the cards. Yeah, so you just show the cards into the screen. Yeah, why not? I mean, this is physical. I would prefer that, but you need to decide. Okay. If you are in the real world, yeah, so you're sitting on one table. So we are in the real world, but we are virtually connected right now. Then you do it with real planning poker cards. We have some at Fontys, which we usually then provide for every group which is interested in that. Yeah, this was the quick introduction of planning poker. Next week, I say some words about that in Project 2. If you have a meeting before that, a planning meeting before that, you are of course free to already play around with that. But we want you to estimate your functionalities, your user stories, your features, however you name that. And we want to emphasize to also try to formulate your functionalities in a user stories way. Most of you did that somehow, or some did that, but get some practice with that. Yeah. Are there any questions besides that? Or are there any ideas how you can easily change the lightsaber color without putting multiple crystals in the lightsaber? I don't know, by the way. Maybe you have some ideas about that. Or maybe we should ask Joda, maybe he has another idea about that.